What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dad Bod Garage. Hopefully I have an exciting video for you today because I'm going to try and actually get this thing started today. So, a couple things that I'll need to do before I try to start this thing. As you can see, I've got the oil feed right there for the turbo running into a bottle right now. That's just to make sure that I have pressure coming up to the turbo. Also, it will tell me that there's pressure coming from the pump out to that's actually a pressure sensor feed. So it will tell me that there is not only oil at the sensor, but also getting fed up here. So going to the highest point, it'll tell me that oil is getting into everywhere. At least from the outside, it'll tell me that it's getting pumped into the engine. So other things I'm going to do, when you try to prime this, you want to make sure your fuel pump is not going to run at first. So you want to prime that with that fuel pump relay pulled, so that way it does not activate your fuel pump. I will also be able to test out the fuel pump relay kit install that I did before to complement that 485 pump that I had put in earlier, prevent that from burning up. So we're going to be confirming a lot of things today, whether I put this engine back together correctly, the timing's correct, the wiring for the coil harness is correct, like I said, the fuel pump relay harness, and also the OBD2 swap, because some of you guys may not know, I think I may have mentioned in previous videos, this is a 93 BMW, so the original onboard diagnostics is OBD1. So converted all the OBD2 so I can run RK tunes just for better tunability, and you can also you have a lot more features along with that. So again, the fuel pump relay disconnected, the oil line up here in the bottle, and then once we get oil up there, that means we've got oil in the system. Then we can hook that fuel pump relay back up, and then we can read our pressure on our fuel pressure regulator that I installed also in a previous video. I got another thing to confirm that it's done properly, and then hopefully this thing will fire today, because if it fires today, that means I can continue putting everything together, start troubleshooting any issues I may have, leaks, anything like that. So keep in mind, there's no drive shaft connected on this thing either. I still haven't done the front half of the drive shaft to mate up with that ZF transmission, because it has a larger flange on it, the 96 millimeter flange. It still has an OBD1 Getrag flange on it, so that's a 76 millimeter bolt pattern. Definitely won't fit up. So it's perfect for starting it. I know it's not going to run away on me, anything like that. I did cycle the key real quick just to make sure I have on off. After I plugged the battery in, I got a new battery today for it. So let's get started on this. Alright, check if we got oil yet. We do not have oil yet. Okay. Sure we're not leaking anything. We are not. Still no oil to the All right, sweet. So, as you can see, there's still some gross stuff in this pump. But we do have oil pressure the turbo now. So, I am going to go ahead and hook this back up to the turbo. I did also want to add that I unplugged the coil harness that's back there, just so it wasn't trying to fire as I was doing it. Again, not that it would because there's no fuel going that way, but as you can see, we have oil, therefore I have oil pressure. So hook this back up, and then I am going to go to the back, put the fuel pump relay back in, hook the coil up, and then we're going to try and start this thing. Hopefully it fires. If it doesn't, I won't be surprised. I changed a whole lot of stuff, but also it's going to kind of suck because then I'm going to have to try and diagnose all of it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then hopefully, like I said, this thing fires. All right, fuel pump relays plugged back in, coil harness plugged back in. Let's hope it doesn't burn to the ground, because I would be a little unhappy. But let's see what happens. Also, it'll probably take a second for the fuel to prime too, because I have no idea how much is in the lines. Any fuel pressure right now. It's showing a little bit, so we have a little bit of fuel pressure. Also, I have the vacuum line unhooked. That's how you want to set your base fuel pressure, so hopefully we can do that once it starts. Well, not exactly the result I wanted. I think I blew a fuel line. So, all right, so I blew a fuel line. I'm actually kind of not surprised. Actually show you, I dumped a bunch of gas. So I'm gonna pull the rear cover out of here and see if it's the line that's right under that cover that attaches directly to the fuel pump, or if it's something else. Hopefully it's not something small. And then I can just disconnect it and tighten the fuel or the clamp a little better. So I will do that. Hopefully, like I said, it's nothing major, but it did sound like it was trying to fire, so hopefully it does. And I'll be right back. Also, after looking back through the footage of it facing the front, the fuel pressure regulator read 60 psi. It might have been a little much. I don't think it would have been enough to blow the line off, but let me show you. There's actually a standing pool of gas under here. So I think it came through the return line. As you can see, it's actually backed off a little bit. So I'm gonna actually tighten those real quick. And then hopefully tighten that down again. All right, that hose is tight again. Let's try it again. It was chugging a little bit, so hopefully it'll fire this time. We'll see. Yep, no hole. All right, so that's actually where I'm gonna end it off today. I actually found out, thanks to the help of guys on the Boosted E36 page, that the OBD2 and OBD1 hangers are actually different. So I've got one right here. This is an OBD1 hanger. This was actually one I had laying around. The one I pulled out was actually a lot different looking than this one. So I didn't even think anything of it. Took the other one apart. It had the wrong lower portion for the pump. The new one has a different style sleeve, so I didn't end up using that one. So I was looking for the one with the right sleeve, not thinking that anything else would be different. It was. So I'll probably be taking this unit apart and getting it ready. On the OBD2 one, this guy right here actually has a slit down the side, and it's also blanked off. It doesn't actually have a hole going through there, so you can't really drill it because it has a slit. Again, something I didn't know was different between them. Didn't really look into it, thought they were pretty much the same. So I'll be taking this unit apart, putting the Rally Road pump in this one, and then hopefully trying it again. So that's gonna be it for today though. So stay tuned for the next video. Hopefully it'll get started. As you heard, it was chugging. Hopefully that's a good sign. Hopefully I'll just have to swap this out. But yeah, stay tuned for the next video and hopefully we'll get started. So don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Dad Bod Garage Official, and on Facebook, Dad Bod Garage. And we'll see you next time.